So, good evening, Mr. Rutili. We are on a backstage in a record store after a concert you held in your duo tour in Europe. And in a record store in 2026, which is sort of a uncommon thing, or is beginning to be something real again after some years of pause. How do you feel playing in a record store, and what's the differences between a record store concert and I don't know, a theater or festival?
Oh, it's much more informal and it's really enjoyable. I love record stores. And I grew up, I worked in record stores. I love record stores.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
In Chicago?
In Chicago. And yeah, I enjoyed playing tonight.
It's very fine, very intimate.
I like doing that. I like playing that way.
I enjoyed a lot too. As audience, a part of the audience, I did that too. And yeah, the career of Mr. Rutili and Califone as a project is not new. It's 25 years or more, 30 years, something like that. And is mentioning your same words, the evolution of what was a rock band called Red Meat. And I would like to know what did you bring with you of that experience? What is still alive of that experience in Califone, and what do you left off?
It still feels like punk rock to me, even when it gets quieter and more spacious. And it was an evolution of noise, different kinds of noise, and different kinds of sound, and different kinds of texture. But all of it most of it comes from a guitar and what you can do with a guitar.
And
what you can do with melody and rhythm.
Absolutely. And I was considering listening to you today. It's not my first time. And the way you approach the guitar reminds me a little bit of the one paying a lot of attention to the sound expressed as energy, much more than technique. Obviously, there's also technique in there, but the choice, much more the David Gilmour style as Eddie Van Halen. Both are enormous guitarists, but the touch. And it's something you developed in time, or something, as you possibly said sometimes, which is in your DNA?
No, I feel like I'm still learning and still finding things, which is good. I hope to always be learning and finding things with the guitar. But it is more about the feel and the sound than I don't feel like I have much technique. But I do love playing, and I think it feels good to me to play.
Well, I could confirm. The vibes are coming, rare, and always touching, and something rare, I think, is some like a peculiarity of the fingers of Mr. Tim Rutili, something like that. What were your music or guitar heroes when you were in your childhood or your adolescence?
I started loving and really paying attention to guitar, listening to Led Zeppelin, like Jimmy Page, and then Black Flag, Greg Ginn. I loved the way he played guitar. And Neil Young, and Keith Richards. I love the old Meat Puppets records and the guitar on that, and the replacements too, and Husker Du. A lot of when I was young was loud. I loved loud.
Yeah, because I very young, usually.
I love loud.
Yeah, but the evolution of Califone, you are, in my point of view, obviously is relative, but is sort of innovation of the tradition, which is something I love because it is sort of testifying the continuity of history, but not just appreciating the things as they were, but in their possible evolution, in the relative way you are doing things.
Well, technology changes.
Yeah.
And so we always have that to contend with. So if you're doing something that is more inspired by traditional older music, it is it feels right to bring in conflicting textures to
Mm-hmm.
that, and that makes the music more alive for me.
So the difference between imitation and interpretation is huge.
Yeah, it seems to be about, for me at least, still finding my body, still finding what feels good in my body and what feels good for my body and my own personal rhythm to do. And that goes with, rhythm and playing and melody too. Usually it's a physical process.
And in the process, when you write the songs, do you first, mentally, do you first hear them, or do you, being also you a director and working in scores, do you see the music you're writing?
No, I find it.
Mm-hmm.
I search for it and find it. But usually it just comes with playing and improvising it, and an idea usually comes from that.
Okay, that's a nice way to build everything you built, and the process is still going. 12 albums, am I right? Between the more experimental ones and the more,
There might be more, but I think, there's a lot.
well, they are in the years.
Yeah.
And you're still, as you already mentioned, you're still researching some way inside yourself.
Yes.
How important is it? To wake up in the morning and say, and having the knowledge to have something to find and not to be arrived.
Well, sometimes you just have to make yourself start
Uh-huh.
playing and start doing things. Sometimes starting something is the more difficult thing. But if I can start something, something will happen.
Great. And okay, could you please tell me how far do you feel yourself and the band from the mainstream, and how important it is to keep the distance or to shorten the distance?
I feel very, very far away from the mainstream. I always have. And I feel like I have to protect my work from the need for people to like it.
Yeah.
I have to like it, and I have to shut out a lot of perceived expectations of maybe other people, which is probably why I'm not very popular. And I'm okay with that, but I don't understand mainstream anything.
There are
I love pop music.
there are also artists in the broad area where your music is that are popular. To mention someone, I don't know, just Tweedy or Wilco, or which is for sure quality music and mainstream indeed, but it's something which is possibly less experimental with technology. If you think the solo works of Ness Klein or something like that, they are experimental. But as a band, in the end, that kind of proposal is hearable in the radios and the scores and so. And is something you prefer to stay away from?
I just feel better without a lot of people talking in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just me. I love what they all do, and I love melody and pop music, and I love music.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I'm an introvert, and I operate more fluidly when I don't have a lot of
Pressure.
pressure, noise, is people talking.
Nice. Okay. 4 albums you would like to suggest in the memory you have, not necessarily of the last 3 years, in general.
Well, I'm trying to think. Like Ali Farka, that one that he made with Ry Cooder, I really like. I was listening to that at home. Duke Ellington, Far East Suite. I like that. That big orchestral sound of that record.
Really?
How many records?
4. So
4.
2 more.
Okay, 2 more. Neil Young, Tonight's the Night, I always go back to.
Mm-hmm.
Endless Summer, Christian Finesse. That's cool.
Very different albums.
Yeah.
It's a nice
But those are
variety.
albums that I always go back and listen to.
Very nice, and I'm sure people will appreciate
And it's nothing new. I
But
guess it's nothing new.
it not needs to be new to be huge. And last one, last question.
Okay.
One song of your repertoire, inclusive Red Meat, that you felt or you feel today could have had more success, not in mainstream terms, in terms of your fans and your, but had not.
Well, a lot of songs.
One.
Okay, on a Red Meat record called Bunny Gets Paid, there's a song called Chain, Chain, Chain.
Okay.
And when we made that song, we thought we made a hit song. We thought that was going to be on the radio. But it did a little, but not what we thought. We thought it was going to be, we thought we made a very, like, earwormy, catchy hit
Yes.
song. Single. We thought we made a single.
Okay. That one. Perfect. I'm thanking you for your time and
Thank
your
you.
availability.
It's good to see you.
It's my pleasure.
I'm glad you came here.
Well,
Hopefully someday I'll go back to Bolzano as a visitor. And
and you'll be my guest, darling.
Well, I think a good melody is a timeless thing.
No arrangement needed.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I agree.
If a song is good, you can do anything with it.
Also, a cappella.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Well, I agree, 100%.
So, I don't know what's going to happen next. I know that AI music is a thing.
Already hit #1 in the US.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
I didn't know that.
In November, something like that. Yeah, it happened.
Terrible.
Someone having a fake AI profile, a persona on Instagram, and hitting number one. I mean, not #1 in a genre. #1 in the most sold or most streamed songs in the US.
Well, good for the robots.
For sure.
Robots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the electric sheep.
Yeah, good for that. Good for them. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's probably going to be maybe someone will find a way to do something good with AI. Maybe someone will maybe some new rhythm will be found. Maybe some new scale. You know, I like to think of it in terms of music and not necessarily technology, but sometimes with technology, you can find new rhythm and you can find things that don't naturally come to a human body, but can make a body move.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So I don't know.
We don't know.